is a beautiful thing. Trust is all we need, eh? Though it is so lucky now, but I'm still waiting. When I do, I'll pay my dues and set to say I do. I'll give it up to you, cause everything I will do. What a girl's like a million. They just want my million in you. I'ma put on my billion love. I'll put my love in one basket. You're all that I have now. There's no one else, so I'll guard you with my life. I got a fragile heart, babe. Fragile heart. Before you walk out that door, before you break my heart, eh? See, I wanna tell you my mind now, baby. I'm from a broken home, so stop think.
A beautiful sex life is the bedrock of a beautiful marriage. That is when we need to understand the do's and don'ts of a beautiful sex life. Welcome to Intimate Talk with Tolu, where there's always a shoulder to lean on. Tonight I'm going to be talking about a very beautiful topic. Is it beautiful? No, don't let me put it that way. I'm going to be talking about a very, very important topic. Controversial for that matter. But you know, we need to start talking about these things. You know, when you talk about it, you understand the anatomy, you understand the rudiments, you understand the do's and don'ts and the principles that are guiding it. Then if you understand it, we'll stop having all this hypocrisy, all this lies, secret sin. You don't need it. By the time you understand the principle. That is why Intimate Talk with Tolu is here, to put you down the road, to make sure your marriage is beautiful, to make sure your relationship is doing well, and again, your sex life is superb. Don't forget, in marriage, sex is worth waiting for. That is for the single. And then by the time you get married, you have to enjoy it to the fullest. Tonight, I'm talking about the topic I've titled masturbation. Masturbation by popular demand. I mean, the SMS, the emails, the phone calls on this particular topic, they are overwhelming. I mean, they are just too many. And I just can't keep quiet. We can't keep quiet about these things and pretend nothing is happening, and then I will pretend as if everything is alright. Why we are dying in silence? There's no point dying in silence. There's no point for the hypocrisy. When you understand all these things, you will know how to live a good life. I mean, a stable, a beautiful, how to enjoy your relationship or marriage. So I'm going to be talking, this is a very, I know it's a very controversial one. A lot of people will say, masturbation is a sin, masturbation is not a sin. I am not here to condemn you or to tell you what is a sin or not. But you know, when you understand these things, you will be able to judge by yourself if it is right or wrong. Now, it's going to be a very long one, and I'm sure it's going to be taking us like 3 episodes. But tonight, I'm going to be giving you the reason why people masturbate. I'm talking about the causes of masturbation. Why are you masturbating? I know a lot of people are in this mess. I have seen, uncountable issues. People walk into my office, respected people, you know, you don't blame them. What is the problem? You know, you need to always, you know, I say this a lot of time, that you can't see, I mean, a lizard cannot penetrate a wall without a crack. There must have been a crack in the wall. So what are the cracks in the wall? Why are you masturbating? I know a lot of you are in this situation. You are struggling to come out of it. You are worried. Why am I doing this? You know it, that it's wrong. You feel, or maybe you are the type that justifying yourself when you feel it's right. Time will tell by the time we talk about this on Intimate Talk with Tolu. I want to see you smiling. I want you to enjoy your marriage. I want your relationship to be superb. It's my tears. It's my passion. That is why I say it all the time, that Intimate Talk with Tolu, this thing that I'm doing, this ministry is not just a passion or a calling. I want to see people smile. I want to, or when we have stable relationship, we have better marriages, definitely it will make impact on the society. It's a common saying that whatever is happening in the society, go back and check the families that made up that society. Those are the determinants of where we are heading to. Determinants of how our future will be tomorrow is actually the family, the home front. So tonight I'm going to be talking about causes of masturbation. Why are people masturbating? Why are they finding it difficult to stop it even when they want to? You can't afford to go anywhere. In fact, if you have your phone, pick up your phone. Call your friends, call your family, tell them to tune into this station right away, because this is the best place to be. There are lots to be learned on every episode of Intimate Talk with You. Now, what is masturbation itself? I'm going to give you the dictionary definition. Masturbation is the sexual stimulation of the genitals, usually to the point of orgasm. The stimulation can be performed using the hands, the fingers, everyday objects, or dedicated sex toys. I know there are a lot of sex toys, sex shops around. There was a time I was reading a particular article online about how many cases of people who have tried to use objects, probably in their kitchen or in their home, to masturbate and ended up in the hospital. Series of issues of people using different objects and ended up in the hospital. You can Google it, you will read about it. Man, I felt like, wow, why would somebody do this? If God wants you to touch yourself, He won't make us male and female. I know this is something a lot of people don't want to hear. They don't. Now she's been too religious, she's been too holy. No, I am not here to condemn you. I want to walk with you. I want to walk in your shoe. I want to try. I know it might not be easy. I might not know what you are going through because I'm not walking in your shoe. That is why I'm here, trying to walk in your shoe. Let's see how we can find the lasting solution to this. Now, masturbation is killing our society gradually because, too many issues. People you are supposed to be looking up to, they are going through this problem. They are looking for a way to get out of it. It has been around for quite some time. Masturbation has been there, but it's becoming an epidemic because of the exposure to sex and availability of sex and porn everywhere. Everywhere you turn to. You watch your television, you switch on your TV, you look at your billboard, the music, everything around us, everything is pointing towards that direction. Sex. Pornography everywhere, you can hardly avoid it. Everything around us is all about sex. Everywhere. Even the children are not left behind. That is why sex education is very important. The more reason we need to start talking about these things. You train your children so that they would know how to handle circumstances where they find themselves in such situations. That is why Intimate Talk with You is here. Now, there's no two way about it. Morally, masturbation is bad. Physically, it's doing a lot of damages to you. Psychologically, the ills are so many. And then emotionally, it's unquantifiable. And then spiritually, you don't want to talk about that. It's seriously a menace. What am I talking about? Even though I don't want to be too religious about this, but I want to give you some solid reasons so that you will understand that this thing is a killer. Now, but I need to give you a pointer. Spiritually, you can go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 9. It's going to tell you a little bit about masturbation. Now, masturbation is common in both sexes, but it's with variations. It's common in both men and women, but with variations. Now, why are people masturbating? Why are you in so deep in this thing, and then you are trying to come out? Sometimes you are struggling with it, you cannot even come out. What is the problem? Why can't you come out of it? Why are you doing it? Why can't you take control of your emotions? What is the problem? We really need, now we'll be talking about I told you this is going to be like 3-week series. I will tell you the causes of masturbation. I mean, this is the reason why people are masturbating. And then I'm going to tell you the consequences. Because a lot of us will say, no, it doesn't have any bad effects. It's just one of those things. I know you understand all that. But I'm going to be telling you some side effects of masturbation. And then I'm going to be telling you how to stop masturbating. At the end of the day, by the time we are done with this series, I want to see you smiling. I have talked about this in places, and I have seen overwhelming testimonies. That is what I want to happen right here on this program. Number one reason why you are masturbating is bad mood and life problem. Now, some people have developed the habit of escaping from problem instead of facing it. And then one of the methods those people use to escape from the problem is masturbation. They become addicted to masturbation. Bad mood and life problem. A lot of people, when they face problem, now what makes you a real man? What makes you a human being, not man or woman, is your ability to take control of your life. There are times that situations will weigh you down. There are times that problem, bad mood and life problem will, then you become dejected. Most of the time when you are going through this problem, you withdraw. And then by the time you withdraw, you are always alone in your room thinking, whining, and then you don't know what to do. You are just there alone. And then the next thing that will come to your mind is how to start touching yourself. So by the time you find yourself in life problem, bad mood, especially when there are no people around to console you, there is possibility of resulting into masturbation, especially when you are isolated, when you are alone. You are in bad mood, you are going through some issues in your life, and then you sit down on your bed alone. You sit down alone in your room, and then you're just there thinking, what am I going to do? How will I get out of this? And then by the time you are there alone all the time, there is possibility that your mind might go to that place. You might be, because you want to get busy. Before you know, you might start thinking of masturbation. So that could be your problem. Think about it. I know there are a lot of us that are watching. We want to pick out, you can't solve a problem without understanding the foundation. You can't solve a problem without knowing the reason, the causes. Now, number one is the bad mood that you find yourself and life problem. And number two that I'm going to be talking about is rejection. This might sound wild actually, but it was found, research shows that experiencing rejection, especially from the opposite sex, is one of the factors that motivate people to be addicted to masturbation. In fact, if you are married and your partner is neglecting you, then masturbation might become an easy option. So what am I saying? Rejection. You as a man, search yourself. Maybe your wife is actually masturbating when you are not at all. Even you as a man, as a woman, think about it. Is your husband masturbating? You might be the problem. Now, rejection, it might be for the singles or for the married, especially from the opposite sex. Each time, now let's talk about the married, because sex, each time Auntie Tolu talk about it, you know it. I will always tell you that premarital sex is a no-no. It's a no-no. Don't go there. One of these I'm going to be talking on this program about the reasons why sex is worth waiting for. I'm going to be giving you strong reasons why you will convince yourself and say that no, I don't need this. So what am I saying? Now in marriage, each time your husband say, darling, come now, say, I beg. In fact, some of us will table our problem. Although that is not the discourse of the day, but I can't help but divert a little bit. That is the time you remember the school fees. That's the time you remember your lease week. That's the time you remember the things you want him to do, and then the man gets tired. Each time he wants you table some conditions. Each time you reject him, and then you feel, what is the essence of even begging him? Let me help myself. The same thing applicable to the singles, especially for those of you who practice premarital sex. It's dangerous, it's deadly. You have to stop it. But when you are rejected, you feel, okay, let me do it by myself. After all, Rejection might actually not also be from the opposite. It might be from people that loves you. You know, you become lonely, and then you might get, I mean, be withdrawn because you are rejected. People, you feel people don't care about me, I'm alone, or you are being rejected by your wife or your husband. It might result to masturbation. Another point that I'm going to be talking about, the reason why people masturbate, is fear and lack of intimacy. Now, fear of intimacy may be as a result of unpalatable past experience with the opposite sex. Now, this is a very, very serious matter. I know masturbation is a very sensitive topic, and I'm not making light of that at all. Now, there are people who have been raped, abused, and then because of this, they are afraid of intimacy. They are afraid of getting close to the opposite sex, and then because of this, they prefer to be alone. You know, each time a man comes close to her, because of the past experience, the picture, no, man, a lot of ladies, a lot of women are going through this, and I feel for you, actually. I feel for you, and I pray that a time will come in our society that when a woman says no, every man will respect that. You don't have to force a woman. It doesn't make you a real man, actually. Because if you believe in yourself, if you are man enough, the Bible says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing. You have to find. That is what makes you a man. And then your ability to be able to find, discover, conquer is what makes you a man. If you don't have that ability in you, you are not man enough. So no real man should rape a woman. No real man should try that. So when all these things has happened, and I know a lot of, you know, when I treated this topic in a particular program, I saw a lot of young ladies that walk up to me, Auntie Tolu, my uncle, Auntie Tolu, when I was 5, Auntie Tolu, you know, it's so saddening. So what am I talking about? Because of these past experiences, there is possibility of wanting to be alone, and then you don't want people, you don't want the opposite sex to come around you. And then it could be the crave for attention. You know, there are people maybe from broken homes or without parental intimacy. You know, the fear of I mean, the crave for attention might make somebody to resort into masturbation, because you desire this thing, you want this thing, and you are not getting it. You know, parental intimacy. That is why especially for the mothers, you should be close to your children. You should understand their emotions. You should be able to read them like book. When you notice that he's changing, the way he's behaving today, he's acting wild, or she's not behaving the way she used to call her, you should be able to talk with her. The more we talk about this thing with our children, the better it is. Because if you don't tell them, someone else will do. The television will do. The newspaper will do. So we need to start talking about this thing. And then number 4, reason why you might be masturbating is social withdrawals. You know, this is, for example, when somebody is shy or somebody doesn't have a good social life. There are people that you call them a lone ranger, a loner. This kind of people, this set of people, no opposite sex, will feel that there will be nobody to approve of him or her. There are a lot of people in this category. It might be as a result of the background, or as a result of the kind of training they're exposed to. They are withdrawn. You know, they are loners. They just always want to be alone. They enjoy personal company. They always want to be, you know, most of the time they are shy. Most of the time they don't like to talk where people are talking. These are people that enjoy personal, they enjoy the company of themselves. These people might be very, very liable to masturbation. They might be very, very easy. It might be easy for them to fall into masturbation, because most times they are always alone. And then when you are alone, you know how we say it now, I do mine is the devil's workshop. Before you know it, your mind will start diverting. So keep yourself busy. Even as a young guy, as a young woman, I say that a lot, although we are still going to come back to the things you need to do to stop masturbation. But we are still talking about the reason. So find out your reason so that you can find out the solution. This is Intimate Talk with Tolu. Don't go anywhere, because by the time I come back, we will be concluding this episode. And again, don't forget that you can send me questions. I'm going to answer them before the end of this show. You can send me your questions to 081 845 75377. 081 845 75377. You can also send me an email at intimatetalkwithtolu@yahoo.com. By the time I come back, I will conclude this episode and I will answer your questions. Don't go anywhere. This is Intimate Talk with Tolu, where there's always a shoulder. So you know.
Lack of proper communication, sexual and financial issues, pretense, and hypocrisy are the major causes of broken relationships and marriages. If you're facing any of these challenges and you feel like walking away, stop. Talk to Tolu today about any challenge you might be facing in your relationship or marriage. Tolu is best known for her hobby of building homes and fixing relationships. A family therapist with over a decade of experience. Counseling is not just a passion, but also a divine call. Book an appointment with her today for one-on-one counseling. You can also contact her for matchmaking. Tolu also accepts invitations to speak at seminars, conferences, and churches. Fix your home. Contact Tolu today.
Okay, this one says, Auntie Tolu, I am afraid. My wife makes me sick because of her filthy habits. I feel detest to make love to her because she takes her bath only once in a day. When there is so much water to do so, she will come back from business and naked herself, lie down, open her legs, and the whole house will be polluted. Fred. And when I ask her to go and take her bath, she will shout at me, I don't want to do anything stupid, to entangle with any woman outside my home. What do I do now? Because I'm really disturbed. Wow, wow, wow. This is a very, very serious matter. This is a very serious matter. Wow. You know, they say that cleanliness is next to godliness. It's not only to godliness, cleanliness is next to a healthy life. Now you think about it. Okay, let me not divert. Let me talk to you, Frank. One, fine. She's you said she's filthy, and from the tone of your SMS I can see that. Now, the first thing I would have told you is to talk with her. But now you just told me that each time you ask her, she will start shouting. Maybe you should look for a way to table this matter. Now, because I don't think this is something you can actually discuss with family members or church members. She might feel disappointed and she might be ashamed. But you should find a way to table this matter in a way she will listen. Maybe it's the way you've been saying it, and look at you, go and bath now. You know, when you say that, see us, it's different from you say, darling, I help you to put water in the bathroom. Why don't you take your bath? You can do that for your wife, at least for your own peace of mind. Like you are saying, you don't want to go outside. The solution to your problem is to find a way to make this message stick to your wife's head. I don't know how you're going to do it. Maybe you're going to wake her up in the middle of the night and tell her there's actually something serious I need to discuss with you. This thing you just told me, that when she opened her leg, the whole place will be smelly. Have you ever told her that? Not just say it like that, but there's a way you put it to her. So there's a way you tell me that, darling, these are the things that you are doing that is not okay. She might be grateful for it if she's actually a good woman. But there's a way you table this matter. So what I will tell you is to find a way to get this message to her. And then number two, make sure you table it in the proper way. And if you have tried that and it's not working, you might need to talk to me. You might need to see a counselor, not a close relation, not somebody that she knows, a counselor, a professional who might have a way of helping you to talk with her. I think I've answered that question. And this one say, Good evening, Auntie Tolu. If you are into a relationship that you always see your partner shouting irresponsible things, even in your presence, she will be answering strange calls from other men, what will you do? Are you man enough? Are you man enough? You need to, you know, most of the time you find yourself in relationship as men, as women, you don't define your relationship. What are you doing in that relationship? Who are you to her? Do you really know who you are? Or has she confirmed to you who you really are, because you might be one of them? You know, there's one joke about a lady who have Mugu 1, Mugu 2, Mugu 3. In fact, there's one funny one that I saw, and it will say different people with my pastor 1, my pastor 2, evangelist. Then he said this one, he now saved another one with bishop. The guy now try, my girlfriend is so religious, now pick the number to die his own number. By the time he die his number, you see brother 1. So he's just a brother. There are people who are pastors, there are evangelists, there are even bishop. In fact, there are archbishop in the lady's own. She is just a brother. So there are a lot of ladies like that. So what am I trying to say? Who are you? Define your relationship. Because when you, and then don't force what is not. You know, some of us, we are cockroach. They say cockroach, they carry the thing with big person. You are carrying a woman that is bigger than you, and then you want to control her. It might not work. She might even be telling you are not my mate. If she said you are not her mate, let her go. Stop forcing what is not. So what do you need to do, my brother? You didn't write your name. When you are sending me an SMS or email, put your name and where you are texting me from. What do you do, my brother? Call her. I beg. What are we doing? Who am I to you? What are we doing in this relationship? I think that is the number one thing. And then when they tell you you are dating, you are heading somewhere, and then tell her, why are you doing this? Because from the look of things, this lady, she no even send you. She no respect you. She no send you. It's like you are forcing yourself on her. So let her define the relationship. And after defining the relationship, you tell her. If you now eventually say, okay, we are heading somewhere, I want to get married to you, and then you know where you are heading to, then you tell her, why are you doing this? There's no point hiding to take calls. You understand? But like you have said, you said irresponsible sharp things. That means she's saying some dirty things, and then you are there. It means she knows send you. So define your relationship and make your rules known to her. This one say, Auntie Tolu, no responsible man will like to abuse or eat his partner, but some women will not hear word, and unless you beat them. Now, if you have a woman who don't control herself, unless you beat her, what can the man do? Unless you beat her, she will not control herself. Let me tell you, you know what makes you a man? Your ability to control yourself is what makes you a man. No reason is good enough for a man to hit a woman. Real men don't beat women. You know, when you are beating a woman, you know what you are trying to do? You are trying to tell her, I'm the one in charge. You are not the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. You are not the one in charge. You know what that means? What it means is that you are trying to prove. If you are really the one in charge, you don't need to prove. But when you are trying to hit a woman, you are trying to fight, you are trying to tell her, you are not sure if you are actually the one in charge. That is what I'm trying to say. So what am I saying? Now, in this situation, my brother, there is no reason that is good enough to eat a woman. I know that some women, our mouths, you'll be saying things that will make the man to be so frustrated that he will want to eat you. But men, don't allow any woman to push you to that extent. And then you said she will not hear word until you beat her. There are some things that beat women more than cane and hand. Use those stuffs instead of eating her with your bare hand. That is all I'll be able to take tonight on tonight's episode of Intimate Talk with Tolu. Thank you so much for being part of my program. And then before I go, don't forget you can always reach me for any of your program. If it's about relationship, if it's about sex, if it's about marriage, get in touch with me. I will be there. I will gladly accept your invitation. I will be honored to be your speaker. Don't forget you can reach me through my phone number, through my emails, or through my ever bubbly, ever lively Facebook link. Or you can visit my website, intimatetalkwithtolu.com. Before I go, let me give you my food for thought. Sex, the thing that takes the least of time and cause the most amount of trouble. I'm going to see you same time, same station next week. Goodbye.
Love is a beautiful thing. Trust is all we need, eh? Though it is so lucky now, but I'm still waiting when I do. I'll pay my dues and set to say I do. I'll give it up to you, cause everything I will do. What a girl's like a million. They just want my million in you. I'ma put on my billion love. I'll put my love in one basket. You're all that I have now. There's no one else, so I'll guard you with my life. I got a fragile heart, babe. Fragile heart. Before you walk out that door, before you break my heart, eh? See, I wanna tell you my mind now, baby. I'm from a broken home, so stop thinking.